Super Saturday scenes at Stamford Bridge. It's only right we start with the evening game, Chelsea v Liverpool. Don't worry, Arsenal fans, United fans, we'll get to those games afterwards, but we have to start with the game of the day, the evening kickoff, Chelsea v Liverpool. Liverpool obviously looking to win to go back to top of the league after, of course, Arsenal went up with their earlier win, which we'll speak about later on. Again, I'm going to say it from now. This setup is going to be very higgy-hagga. I've not got my computer or no editing stuff here. I'm just going to be yapping for like 20 minutes. So please, if you appreciate the daily videos, even when I'm chilling in Moldova, you better subscribe, you better like, keep the algorithm booming so that when I'm back next week, we can move on forward on the road to... I can't even point to the plaque because the plaque ain't going there, bro. This is Moldova, bro. Anyway, Chelsea, Liverpool. Listen, I can't lie to you. Stunner. Kaisedo. Early on, I see Van Dijk. He's backing away. And next thing you know, Kaisedo, rocket. That gave me flashbacks to, do you guys remember George Edwards? That Aston Villa United iconic 6-4 game. FA Cup, I believe it was a third round back in 1948. For those of us who remember, George Edwards scored a banger, and likewise as did Kaisedo. 1-0 Chelsea, I'm thinking, whoa, what is happening here? Now, there are many talking points when it comes to the Liverpool lineup. Of course, they've just lost their last 2 games. This was now the 3rd in a row, and they decided to drop Wirtz. And who played in the middle this time? Szoboszlai. But I don't even have like the bum or the I don't have any sound alerts or nothing. So just pretend that you're hearing these audio sounds in it. But yeah, Szoboszlai in the middle. The less said, the better. And let me tell you someone who is becoming a bit scary now. Mo Salah. Now, you know me. I always say, yeah, as much as maybe I don't enjoy watching that guy play football, I'll never try and downplay and act like he's a bad footballer in terms of like, he's going to bag you goals no matter what. And every year, he'll have a random patch where he does nothing. And everyone's like, oh, is Salah finished? Is he done? Is he done? And it's always a dumb thing to do. You can never bet against Salah. But if I was someone that way inclined, that I was a fan of, maybe a cheeky little flutter here and there, Father Time may have caught him. I'm not going to say it yet. I'm not going to say it yet, but this guy was bad. Like, I'm talking, his touch was baggy. His shooting was flying into, over the... You see where Chelsea have that sign, World Champions, up in the ceiling, bro? It was hitting that. I said, oh, no. This is bad. McAllister, terrible as per this season. Gravenberch, for the 2nd time this season, has been really bad. I'm going to give him allowance because he's been phenomenal. He's had 2... maybe 3 bad games, I would say. So Gravenberch, I'll let you off in it. But the rest of them, the fullbacks, why are they getting cooked by the likes of Garnacho and Pedro Neto? You are getting cooked by these Crash Bandicoot wingers. That is unacceptable. So in the end, 1-0 halftime. But as we know, Liverpool, they like to make all the changes. Slot, one of the big things that we have to give him credit for, he knows when to change things, right? Second half, Wirtz comes on immediately. And listen, I keep on saying it again. I have been a Wirtz fan. I was a Wirtz believer. He's lost me these last few weeks. But this, it kind of reignited the Wirtz, the Florian spark again, if you will. Because immediately, I think this was the game where he realized, you know what? Yeah, I've been kind of meaty, So next thing you know, boom, he's doing flicks. He's getting in behind. He's being a bit more aggressive with his runs. He does a lovely back heel to find Salah. Literally one-on-one. What does Salah do? Pretend there's like a boom. Once those changes were made, it became end-to-end football now. Basketball, bam. I'm thinking, brother, what is going on here? And then eventually, Isak, I don't know if it was intentional or otherwise. I'm going to assume because of how talented he is that he meant this. Lovely little flick wide to Gakpo, who crashes it in 1-1. You're thinking, oof, here we go again. Slot changes things when he gets it wrong, and they're going to go and win. That is not what happened whatsoever. It continued. If anything, it was now more of an end-to-end game. Both teams refused to settle for a point in this one. Konate got hooked off. Chelsea started bringing on like the likes of Gittins and these guys. By the way, Gittins, oh man. This guy had a point-blank chance to seal the win when it was 1-1. On the counter, he's played through on goal. Somehow does the deadest touch you've ever seen. And again, chance goes begging. So Gittins, I've supported this guy, I've defended this guy, but not very good. Now Chelsea, again, credit to them because they already had a massive injury list going into this game. And even still, during the game, The defenders are dropping like flies, bro. I'm seeing Achimpong get popped. I'm seeing bare guys get popped. I'm just seeing anyone come on. Reece James was playing centre back at a point, and then DM, and then right back. I don't know where these guys are playing, but they were holding down the fort when Liverpool started putting the pressure. And then, again, I repeat, many mistakes in this game from the defenders of both teams. I believe it was Gusto that came on. Gusto was getting caught left, right, and centre. Cucurella looked very dodgy. The other fullbacks as well looked very dodgy. It could have been 4-4, 5-5. I don't want to say 6-7 because you know what's going to happen, but it could have been 6-7, something like that. But then Cucurella redeemed himself because, as I said, both teams were looking to win it. Although Liverpool did actually bring on Endo with like 10 minutes to go. I have nothing in front of me in terms of like the stats or whatever, so I could be yapping in it. But from what I remember, there was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes left. He brings on Endo. I said, ooh, interesting. Has he given up on trying to get the win? I'm not sure. Lo and behold, Cucurella now makes up for a couple errors he made with a lovely ball across the goal. And my young son, Esteo, the guy who I told you about before Chelsea fans even knew who he existed. When I was sitting there watching Bet365 Palmeiras streams, it's all paid off. Let it all work out. Estevao bangs it in. I say bangs it in, I'm exaggerating. It was an open goal. He kind of has to slide to put it in, but Chelsea absolutely deserved it. And I'll be honest, as far as, what's the word I'm looking for here? As far as like, I can't think of a word. Somebody will tell me in the comments what the word I'm looking for here is. But as far as like the sounds and the aura goes, yeah. What am I looking for? Iconic sounds kind of thing? You get what I'm talking about. When Chelsea fans start bashing that gate when they get a late winner, there's not much like it in football, I'll be honest. Estevao scores, he runs to the crowd, they're doing bam, 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 bam. I said, yeah. Like, I felt like I was on the team. I felt like I was Maresca. Maresca was jumping in the crowd as well, like he's the one that scored it. Maresca, who got a yellow card, I think, was it in the first or second half? This guy's jumping in the crowd. I thought he was about to back off his shirt. He was moving like he just scored the winner. But like I said, Chelsea fully deserved. Liverpool, big questions. I'm not going to write them off and say that's title over and all that kind of reactionary stuff. It's been 7 games, but it's fair to say it hasn't clicked yet. The Isak Salah link up, it's not working. Connor Bradley, by the way, who you guys said is going to be better than Trent defensively and going forward or whatever, there's a different issue. Bad again. So Connor Bradley has been bad. Frimpong has been bad. Szoboszlai had like 2 good games, and we're going to pretend that he's still beast because he has a cool James Bond aura video. As far as I'm concerned, I keep on saying it, I will never be gaslit. People keep on calling me a hater for not rating this guy as a midfielder. Guys, he's really bad. What does he offer other than running? Anyway, Liverpool lose again, despite chucking on Ekitike and these guys. And honestly, by that last 20 minutes, Chelsea looked more likely to score, although it was end-to-end. Enzo missed basically an open goal header, hitting the post. The one thing that he's good at, he hits the post. Garnacho was missing sitters. Neto was missing. Kaisedo had another banger. So full credit to Chelsea. Completely deserved that win. Liverpool, I don't know where we go from here. Let me quickly go to the other games as well. Let me just remember. Oh, okay. Arsenal, West Ham, of course, was the 3 p.m. game. That one, a bit like the Champions League, to be fair. A comfortable 2-0 win. You can call it a routine win, maybe boring to those that don't really care about Arsenal, but I think from the perspective of someone that wants to win those trophies, you keep on getting these calm 2-0 wins where you don't really have to get out of 3rd or 4th gear. It does stand you in good stead later on. And to be fair, the first half, they were popping it. There was really nice football, like the Champions League game as well. The first half, they were popping it about. Odegaard, by the way, 3rd time this season at home, he's gone off injured after like 10-20 minutes. I don't know what going for his shoulders and his knees, and I don't know. He needs to go and get vapor rub or something, bro. Do the Vieira thing as captain and just somehow fix all the body issues that he's having. But anyway, he's gone off. So it's now Eze, Rice, and Zubimendi. And Zubimendi is the reason why I want to give a shout out to this guy, I feel, because, wow, he was phenomenal. He was creating chances. He was hoovering up other errors. He was dictating the tempo, slowing when he needed to, winning duels. Zubimendi, for me so far, you know me as well, I've not been fully there. But games like this, I say, you know what? Okay, Arsenal might have a player in Zubimendi. He doesn't really get the assist, I suppose, for the first goal, but he kind of should have, right? He slides in Eze, who, by the way, should have scored earlier on. And the chance that I kept saying last week, Eze is perfect for, he managed to miss it and hit it over the bar. But his second shot, Much better. Keeper saves it, bounces out to Declan Rice, who doesn't make any mistake. On the kind of half volley, smashes it in top bins. And Declan, I saw you. It looked like he wanted to celebrate a little bit. Huh? He ran towards the crowd. He gave them a little stern look and then jogged off. I think because for some reason the West Ham fans keep on booing him. Even though he won you a European trophy, you got 100 M's, he went to a bigger team, you still boo him. It's a little bit confusing, but there we are. As far as West Ham are concerned, I have nothing to say. These guys didn't get a single shot on target in the entire match. So that is, I guess, testament to Arsenal's defense. Again, if you can be locked down in defense, you now have the license to put on, well, obviously he went off, but to play with Eze and Odegaard at the same time, with also having Gyökeres and Saka and these guys. Gyökeres, by the way, I don't know if you guys will agree with me. Bear in mind, I'm now watching on a very legal. Actually, I can say what I was doing because I'm in Moldova. You cannot arrest me here. I watched the game on my laptop. What are you gonna do about it? HMRC? Are you gonna get me? I watched the game on my laptop. VIP box. That's where I watched it. And Gyökeres' game today, nah. I think this was probably his least impressive game so far. After coming off the back of a couple much better games, in my opinion, despite not scoring, this was back to like the beginning of Gyökeres, or the Gyökeres that I described to you guys before he was linked to Arsenal or United or whatever. Not great from him, but luckily he wasn't needed. Second half, they got a penalty, and I was intrigued. And I think you guys that bang out FPL, you were also intrigued. Who's going to take the penalty? It ended up, oh, by the way, the penalty came from yet another ridiculous ball from Zubimendi. How he found Timber with that kind of angle, I have no idea. But big ups to him. They get the penalty. Saka, who, of course, has previous against West Ham, 2022-3. The title run, anyway, you know what I'm talking about, where he missed, and they always go on about that one particular penalty. Despite the fact that, to be fair, as uninspiring as his technique is, he does have quite a good penalty record. And credit to Saka, this pen was fantastic. It is his 100th goal and assist in 200 Prem games. So big ups to him. Like I said, Arsenal, a comfortable win. There's not a lot of analysis to do. Timber was fantastic as per usual. Everyone, done their thing, I suppose. United, this is a big one. They also got a 2-0 win in their quest to go 2 wins in a row for the first time under Hamorim. That guy with the hair that is going up like Marge Simpson's. Hey, there might be light at the end of the tunnel, because guess who United play next? Liverpool, who are currently in free fall. They're caving in. So big ups to them. Like I said, I can tell you freely now, obviously, I have like one laptop and I don't really have like loads of screens or whatever. So I couldn't really watch the United game, to be honest with you. There was only showing Arsenal. I had United a little bit, but I wasn't like fully focusing, because at the end of the day, the United game is like, a relegation candidate versus a newly promoted team. So I feel like the London derby will be better. But alas, Mount got his goal. Big ups to him. And Sesko got his second goal of the season. So is he finally arriving? Obviously, it was like a long throw and he kind of taps it in. But a goal is a goal. When you're a striker, it don't really matter, bro. You like look at Gyökeres, for example. The last few games where I thought he played quite well up until today, he's getting fail comps regardless, bro. But if you score, you can play as bad as he was in the first month. Nobody can post anything, bro. What can they say? You can't put a fail comp if I've scored the goal. So Sesko gets his goal. They win 2-0. Liverpool next up. Sunderland, I mean, hey, I guess it's one of the cat's 9 lives, if you will, right? It was bound to happen eventually. They cannot win every single game. Quickly, before we get to Italy, Spain, and whatnot, there was one more game in the Barclays. That was Leeds against Spurs. I watched that one at lunchtime, actually, the full game. So many deflected goals, bro. And I don't know if this was my broadcast or it was happening in England and everywhere else as well. Bro, can somebody please wipe the camera? Just go like that. Because it was raining and foggy and I couldn't even see the match, bro. I was doing like that to my laptop thinking that what's going on here? But it was the broadcast, bro. I can't even see what's happening. All I saw was Longstaff thinking he was Steven Gerrard hitting them shots. Like, obviously I know he has banged it in recently, but he's like that guy who, in class here, they tell a joke and everyone's creasing. That's funny. Even the teacher's like, you know what? Yeah, fair. That's a good joke. Then they tell it again and again and again. And everyone's looking like, bro, it's not funny anymore, G. Like, don't rinse it. You're forcing it now. That's Longstaff trying to hit 4 bangers in this game. All over the bar, over the whole stadium. Anyway, Tell opens a scoring. Deflected goal. Leeds do get an equaliser, probably deserved as well. Leeds did have a lot of very good chances that were squandered by Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I shake my head, bro. We talk about striker performances today. This might be the worst one today, bro. This was just, oh man, having to watch Dominic Calvert-Lewin free of charge with my own free will. I even feel like I've been robbed, bro. And I watched it on VIP Box website. Unbelievable. And then obviously my Ghana brother Kudus does get the winner. Deflected goal, but again, a win is a win. He goes and does his sitting on the stool celebration. Fair play to him. Let's fly to Italy because I'm going to be so real with you. Madrid's game, I'm like 2 hours ahead of you guys in the UK. So Madrid's game's going to finish at midnight. And I assume everyone in the house is going to be sleeping. So I'm going to just tell you from now, as a prediction, Madrid, congrats on your 2-0 win against Villarreal. Mbappe cooking again. Over to Italy, there's just one game here. It was an Internazionale versus Cremonese, Vardy's new team, if you're unaware. Vardy hasn't really been getting minutes too tough yet. But in terms of strikers we spoke about today, it was the Bonnie show. He was linking up with Lautaro in that front two not for the first time, but it looked seamless as if he had been doing it for, 10 years. He gets a goal. He gets 3 assists. Obviously, DeMarco on the score sheet as well. Inter comfortable. Their 3rd win in a row. They had a bit of a shaky start, right? They won their opener, lost a few, but now they're building a little win streak to get back up into 4th in Serie A, I believe it is. So big up to them. Over in Bayern, Frankfurt, they got fried, bro. The Bratwurst or whatever, they got fried by Bayern. Obviously, unsurprisingly, when it's not Champions League, Luis Diaz shows up at the table to eat. Am I shocked? Absolutely not. And then they're going to come and tell me, oh, Luis Diaz, he's so beast. What a sick player. Nah, big up your thing, bro. Keep on barking it off in the Bundesliga, bro. Keep on doing your thing. Dortmund drew 1-1 with Leipzig. So I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't watch a single Bundesliga game. So I'm not going to waste you lots of time. I'm going to just tell you what the scores were. And Leverkusen got a win as well. I believe they got a win, right? Leverkusen won 2-0 against Union Berlin. So yeah, big up to them. Are there any other games that we need to cover before we depart for today? I mean, yeah, Marseille mashed Metz. Again, fair enough. De Zerbi is cooking something crazy over there. Nantes, I'm not a big fan of Brest, it seems, because they have played 7 times now. They still haven't won. Today was a 0-0 draw, but yeah, Brest just seem to have the upper hand when it comes to Nantes. So Nantes has to, I guess, work on their game and whatnot and improve. But that being said, like I said, the Madrid game, apologies. Maybe I'll go a bit more in depth tomorrow because obviously I'm not going to be here recording at like 1 a.m. or something, innit? It's a bit unrealistic. But again, please appreciate that. I've tried my best to get through all the games that I did watch. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if your team got 3 points, 1 point, or 0 points today. Other than that, have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, late night again, I suppose, in a bit. Bosh.